Hi, 5th grade. Welcome back. Today we are looking at Lesson 9. Lesson 9's objective is to add fractions making like units numerically. So we're just transitioning. We've done a lot of work with our fraction tiles. We've spent yesterday working with number lines, so we're really visualizing what's going on. Now we're really wanting to get over, make that leap so that we can start doing all of this mathematically. If we still need to draw the pictures or we still need to visualize things, that's awesome, of course, until we start getting that really good. I will say one thing, if this is really hard, all of you, no matter what, should still be practicing your multiplication, okay? Those of you that know your multiplication facts really, really well are probably doing a lot better. You're finding this to be a really easy unit, and that's going to be the truth going forward. So if this is something you're struggling with, chances are you might still need some more work on those multiplication facts. So we've made multiplication flashcards in class. You guys know how easy that is to do. So I recommend still be practicing those multiplication cards every day. No matter how good you are, you can always get better. So here we go. We are going to start with Lesson 9. Just as a really quick review, remembering if we have things written out in units. Okay, so if I had 1/5 and I'm adding 2/5 to that, that is 3/5. Okay, so 1/5 plus 2/5 is 3/5. Okay, knowing that, just seeing that as a little reminder. All right. Remember, these are just our units. Okay, so I can write 2 10s plus 3 10s is 5 10s. We know that 5 10s is 50. Okay, so just a reminder to be keeping all of that straight. All right, so for today's unit, it really is easy. I don't think you guys are going to have any problems with it, especially if you've been doing all of the work along the way. So let's look at our first problem. We're talking about making equivalent fractions. And so they're taking a fraction like 1/2 and saying, what equivalent fractions can we make 1/2 be? So think for just a second here. Think of an equivalent fraction. And let's think mathematically what we're doing. Just again as a little review. All right, so of course I can't hear you guys, and I wish I could, because then we would be a lot easier to be going forward with this. But let's say, for example, somebody said, oh, Miss Anderson, I know 3/6 is equivalent to 1/2. You're right. 3/6 is equivalent to 1/2. Okay, so looking at what we're doing, let me grab my halves. Maybe they're so far away. My halves. And my 6. Well, how many 6 are in 1/2? Well, we know that there's 3 of them. Okay, so just remember, as my denominator, as the number is getting bigger, the pieces are getting smaller. All right, so what did I do to this 1/2? I cut it into 3 parts. All right, cut it into 3 parts. So mathematically, we took this 1/2, we're timesing it by 3 over 3. Okay, to get me an equivalent fraction of 3/6. All right, somebody else might have said, well, I know that 1/2 is equivalent to 4/8. Absolutely it is. And we do have 8s on our fraction tile boards. So visually 1/2 and our 4/8. So the 8 is a larger number than 2 in that denominator. But as those denominators numbers get bigger, the pieces get smaller, right? Would we rather have half of a cake or 1/12 of the cake? Sometimes we would think at the beginning, oh, a 12th, because the 12 is bigger, but we know that's not true. So here we go, we have a half. Mathematically, what are we doing? We're slicing that half into 4 pieces. So I'm sorry, I shouldn't have put that equal sign there. So we're timesing both the numerator and the denominator by 4. Okay, we can carry on with any other numbers to make equivalent fractions. Super easy there. So let's see. Let's look at a problem 1/2 plus 2/3. 1/2 plus 2/3. So before sorry, it's not very straight there. So before we've been looking at this, we can draw a model. We can draw 1/2. We can draw another box with 2/3. And we can see what can I do to a half and what can I do to a third that's going to get me in the same units. Well, I could take this half and I could make it be 3/6. And I could take this 1/3 and I could make it be 2/6. Right, so what can I do to both of these so they have the same units? Again, knowing those multiplication facts, knowing those facts families is so, so helpful because you guys can just see it. You just know that those numbers go together. So, mathematically, if you need to write this so it's a little bit bigger, you definitely can. So we could say 1/2 plus 2/3. And so this way you could kind of visualize what you're doing. We know that we need to make our like units be 6s. Okay, this is just review. So what did I do to this 1/2 to get it into these 6? Well, I have 2 multiplied by 3. So we know that 3/6 is equivalent to 1/3. How many 6 are equivalent to 1/3? I'm sorry. We need this to be 2/3 over here. Whoop! Good thing I grabbed another fraction board. So, there we go. That's what we're really doing. Sorry about that. So those 2/3 are going to be those 4/6. 4/6. I can add those together to give me a total of 7/6. All right, now we know that 7/6 is greater than 1 whole. If I stick all this together like so, I can put a 1 over here. Well, we know that 1 whole is the same as 6/6. So this is the same as 6/6 plus another 1/6. So this is 1 whole and 1/6. Improper fraction to a mixed number. We did those last week. All right. Where are we at for time? All right. Let's do a little bit harder problem. Let's do 2/3 plus 1/4 plus 1/2. All right. Well, now I've got 3 numbers that I'm adding together. All right. So again, we want to get like terms for all of these. Okay, if you don't know, go over here. Let's make our list. Let's list them out and find our least common multiple. Listing my multiples for 2, I get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let's see if that's enough. Well, I can tell you it won't, so let's do a couple more. And then 3s, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. All right, well, I see 12s. Well, is 12 a multiple of 4? Yes, it is. So I can see that my least common multiple of these 3 numbers is 12. Least common multiple of these 3 numbers is 12. So I am thinking in my mind, what am I going to do to make all of these have the same units as 12? Okay, well, let's look at the easy one. What's 1/2? Well, 1/2 is the same as how many 12s? 6, right? All right. 1/4. Okay, we did so much work with our fraction tiles. I know that you guys are getting to be professionals with this. So 1/4 is the same as how many 12ths? Well, that's 3, all right? And then 2/3 is the same as how many 12ths? Well, if you're not sure, right, you get this little math out here and you say, all right, what do I have to multiply 3 by to get to 12? Well, I have to multiply them by 4. Well, does that make sense? Is 8/12 the same as 2/3? Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so now do I have all of my units the same? My denominators are all the same. That is awesome. All right, so we can take 6 plus 3 is 9, and 9 plus 8 is 17. So we end up with 17/12. That is an improper fraction, okay? We don't want to leave it like that. So let's break this apart. So this 12/12 is my 1 whole. All right, well, I had 17 of them. I used 12, so how many are left? 5/12 are left. So this is the same as 1 whole and 5/12. Nothing is changing on this on this section really the same as what we've been doing. I hope that it's really starting to just be really natural for you guys. And I think that's it for lesson 9. Let me know if you have any more questions. Let me just look through here to see if there's anything. Make sure you guys are really reading the questions carefully. And on numbers 2, 3, and 4, please make sure you are writing incomplete sentences, capital letters, restating the question, punctuation mark at the end. Thanks, guys.